Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here, and today we will be checking out Sir, You Are Being Hunted. This is an alpha build of the game. Now, Sir, You Are Being Hunted is a survival game set in a British landscape where you are being hunted down by robots, and you have to attempt to make your way throughout the environment, completing objectives and just trying to survive. It was actually described as a British indie stalker, if you can kind of draw those parallels, hopefully in some of the gameplay that you see here today. So the premise of the game is you have actually been dumped on this archipelago, which is a series of islands, due to some experiment going wrong. And you're searching the islands for these mysterious fragments, which you have to bring to the standing stone here. And once you have all of the fragments, then I guess it's supposed to finish. Now, the interesting thing about this game, not only in its premise of being like a British stalker and being a survival game where you're being chased by robots, which is interesting enough, is that the archipelago, the 5 islands, are procedurally generated. So every time you start up a new game, you're going to get a brand new world that will look completely different in terms of the location of buildings, hills, trees, all things such as that. And there's also different biomes. You start off in the main biome, which is set at rural, and what you do is you can decide what the other islands, what their biomes will be. At the moment, 3 biomes are in the game. There is mountain, fens, and rural, and that's it. So let's just jump right into the game here. I'll be showing you some gameplay of this alpha build just to give you a good idea of what it's all about. So there will be houses scattered throughout the land, and what you do is you walk up to these houses, and by clicking on the doors, you're going to get access to various materials inside of the house. So you can see we've got things like the mushrooms here. I'm actually going to take those. A couple of dead rats, which I don't really want, as well as what appears to be a bottle, an empty bottle. But actually, you know what? I can take that because I think I can throw that. Yeah, that's going to be a throwable item. So yeah, you'll walk from door to door whenever you find a town with these houses, and at these locations, you'll go up to these doors and select through these items to try to find some things that you want. For example, this matchbook here I can use to light fires in order to cook food. We've got rags here, which will be used for bandages. Let me bring the bottle over here. And we also have traps that we can set. There's some moldy bread. I don't want to take everything because your inventory does fill up very fast. And I'd like to primarily look for... The bandages are good. I have 3. That'll do it though. I primarily want to look for food and drink, as well as ammunition, any sort of weapons that I can use. Those are really good to have, and unfortunately it doesn't look like any of this stuff stacks. I can just use this up right now. Now you'll notice when I use it, if you take a look right here, I've got health and vitality. So vitality will just slowly deplete over time. Health will only deplete if you get shot. So if I'm running low on vitality, I just eat or drink, and that's going to fill that right up back to 100. But it is constantly ticking down. It is a pretty quick process here. So I'm just going to quickly check all of these and try to see if we have any more ammunition or weapons. It's kind of funny that the different doors have different items in it, because different doors leading into the same house, but I guess that's just what they decided to do. Let me take that jar of marmalade and also take some of that well-cured ham. I don't want any of those chocolate biscuits though. I know I'm trying to survive here, but looks like I've got enough stuff going on that I don't need to start eating trash. Trying to be all health conscious here. Okay, so I noticed off in the distance while I was talking that we actually have one of the fragments right here on the main road. So again, these are randomly placed. This is a procedurally generated world. So this is a brand new world that I just started up. I've got no idea where any of the fragments are. In fact, I don't even know the island layouts right now. Now you'll notice at the top there's actually a Skyrim styled compass, which will point you to points of interest. Now what you'll be noticing is we'll be pointed to the standing stones, and then once we get close to the edge of the island, we'll be pointed towards boats that lead to the other islands. But that's about it. I haven't noticed any other landmarks displayed on that compass in my playthrough so far. Have to watch out for this right up there. That is a sentry balloon, and if he spots you, then you're kind of in trouble. So you don't want to get spotted by that. So I'm going to bring back this fragment.
Splendid. But do be careful finding the next one.
Okay, and you'll notice the progress bar increased there, so we just need to complete that, and we do so by finding all the fragments that are scattered throughout the island. Now you can find out how many fragments are on the island and how many you've collected so far by bringing up your inventory. You'll see 23 fragments remain. I found 2. On this particular island in the archipelago, there are 7 more fragments, so I can continue to search this island until I get all of those. I don't know what the heck. What I was trying to say was I don't know that I'll be able to find them all in this playthrough, but we'll do what we can. All right, we got a robot over here who spotted me. Now, you can just run away, but I'm going to shoot him because I want to try to get a shotgun. Uh-oh. Okay. So let's see if we can get a shotgun here. Yes, wonderful. We got his shotgun. We also have some rounds. I'm going to use these to stop bleeding. Notice my bleeding, depleting my health. As soon as I stop bleeding, I can then replenish my health, which will happen just over time. But if you don't have a bandage to stop the bleeding, then your health will just deplete until you die, at which point you'll be booted back to the last save. And you can save at any time just by going to the standing stones. And pretty much how it works is you go out, you look for fragments, you return them to the stones, and then you save your progress from there. But anything you collect after a save, you will lose if you die. Simple as that. Okay, so we've got another series of houses over here. Now, I haven't been sneaking around very much. It is very much so the case that you'll spend a good portion of your time playing this game sneaking in this crouch position just like that. It's just absolutely necessary. You'll notice the visibility icon in the bottom left just above the health and the vitality there, and that's what you expect it to be. That's visibility. All right, we're going to actually replace this one with this one. It's going to give us more rounds, and I wonder if we hold on to both. Ah, that is wonderful. Okay, so I tried to select the second one, and that just gave me more ammunition for my revolver. That is fantastic. Very good to see. Okay, so let me just quickly check. I've got to be careful here because we don't want to get spotted. I've got a rewiring tool already. We could get another trap. I could use one of these. Again, I'm trying not to completely fill up my inventory. Not quite as of yet. So in being a survival game, much like other survival games, what you can do is you can cook food, you can cook game that you find if you shoot any animals within the environment, or I actually haven't seen any animals to shoot, although I guess I've seen birds. I haven't tried shooting them yet, but I haven't seen any rabbits or anything. I've been able to pick up wild game off of robots that I've killed, however, so I know that at the very least that's something you can do. Let's go ahead and take a look at this sign. Well, that's kind of funny. Pretty sure that's talking about Total Biscuit. It's really funny. Okay, TB smells, says the sign. One day I will have the notoriety to be named in a game, I swear. Just got to keep working at it. Good for TB. He's earned all of his reputation, and congratulations. Okay, so we'll continue to search the backside here of these houses. This is a very important part of the game, trying to make sure. I mean, there's all sorts of random junk. I'm sure that some of it might be worthwhile. I don't know. Like, I don't know necessarily that this moldy bread is going to do anything for me. There's a letter that I could read. I know I can throw the stone, so I'll grab that. 2 printed letters. I wonder if they're the same. I'll read those. And actually, there's also a... Oh, no. Is there an empty bottle? No, I thought there was. I just wanted empty bottles to throw. But I don't know that there's any more. Okay, and we'll just eat this ham here to bring us up to 100 vitality, and there's also some ruined books. So let me quickly check those, let me quickly check all that literature that I just picked up. I want to see, first of all, if those 2 notes are the same. And then we've got some more robots over there. And a lot of times the robots will be guarding any of the fragments. So if you see a group of robots, there might be a fragment nearby. The fragments are relatively easy to spot, though. They pretty much look like fires from a distance because there's smoke coming up from them, like this white smoke. But again, for now, well, first let me go someplace where my visibility is, where I'm not detected. There you go. You can see that visibility is, I'm pretty much completely cloaked at this point. And let me bring this up. I want to quickly read these here. Okay, so just a series of different letters. I'm not going to read through all of those, but I'm sure that gives you information. Yeah, there was letter 3 and letter 5. And then these ruined books, I think I read these before. Oh, no, this is a different book. I read something else. It wasn't Hounds and Their Treachery, but yeah. Just some nice flavor text for the world. I don't know that I even really need to hold on to those, but for now, I will. Okay, so let's go ahead and head in this direction. Now notice on the compass, see that little icon that I'm facing towards right now to the west? That is a boat to an adjacent island. I'll try to make sure that we do that prior to the end of this video. And then the circle, that is just to those standing stones once again. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that prior. But yeah, let's just continue to search around the island. Again, as of now, the only goal is to survive and find those fragments, and that's it. But this is still early alpha, so they may add other stuff. I don't even know that they would necessarily need to add other objectives, though, because this alone is, it can be rather tense. These robots are very, very threatening. And here's a perfect example of a situation where it would suck if I died. I mean, yes, I saved after I got that first fragment, but I've picked up a ton of stuff now. And I've spent a good, maybe close to 10 minutes now walking around, so hopefully I don't end up getting offed here. Try to make sure those robots head off in the distance. It's funny, as you get closer to the robots, they make little robot sounds. It's actually quite humorous. And did I see a smoke signal over here? I think I saw something. Let me head over in this direction and whip out the binoculars. Oh, I swear I saw something. I must be going crazy. We really haven't found a lot of fragments. All right, let me book it now. This is my running speed. It's booking it in this game. Let me book it here. I really want to try to find a couple more fragments here on this particular island, and then I will head on over to another island just to show you guys. That is the town that I was just at. The robots are all chilling out over there. Let me see if there's a door here for this church-looking place. See if there's any great items inside of it. No, I don't see any doors here. So yeah, you can't go inside of buildings. That is not something that is in the game at the moment. I don't know if it's something that will ever be in the game. Oh, this is great. Okay, so typically houses are just... they're where they are, and you can get items from it. When there is a green inventory slot, that means you can store items. So I'm going to store things such as this, just so I've got room in here. And let me even store one of my traps. I'll just hold on to a single trap, and everything else I think I want to keep at the moment. But this is really great. I can store all of this stuff just to give me some room here. And now I know... Now I know that I can come back to this part of the island. Now there's no overworld map. It's just that compass at the top, so I can't pull up a map and like mark this spot. I think that might be a good addition, but I guess it depends. I like the compass gameplay without an overworld map as well. I think that certainly has its merits. But in this instance where I've got something stored in this particular building, it'd be nice to be able to quickly pull up a map and see exactly where that was. Because frankly, I don't recall right. Like, I don't know that I'm going to be able to easily find that in the future.
I know you're not used to preparing your own meals, sir. But I'm sure you can master roasting game on an open fire. That smoke can be seen for miles, however, so do be quick.
Okay, so as you can tell by the narrator, this is a fire, and what will happen is we can ignite it with some matches and then use it to cook any game that we have. We don't have any wild game at the moment that we would need to do that for, but here's an example of some game. For the sake of showing you, I haven't done this before, but for the sake of showing you, let me do it. So I'm going to get this fine piece of game here, and then we will start a fire, and then we will cook it. There we go. So now I've got a bunch of cooked meat. Now, can we unstop the fire? Can we unstop it? Can we stop the fire? I don't know that we can stop the fire. So what that means is that I am going to get the heck out of here. Oh no, robots found me. Okay, here we go. How many? Oh no, there's. Oh god. Okay, this is a great. Oh no. Oh no, this is a great instance where I need to run, I think. Oh no, so many robots that have seen me. Okay, so at this particular point, what you need to do is you need to break line of sight with them. You need to get into a hidden location, and they will run to your last known spot. I guess something like Yeah, like Mark of the Ninja does that. Splinter Cell does that. There'll be like a last known location. It's nothing as crazy as like showing you where it is, but they do exist. They will just go to your last known location. So I'm gonna go over here, hide in the shrubbery. I've got to be careful for that little balloon again, so he doesn't spot me and totally give away where I'm at. Now there is a day-night cycle in the game, so I'm pretty sure the sun is setting and not rising right now. Could be doing the exact opposite. It's doing one or the other, but there's a day-night cycle in this game, so it'll move from daytime to nighttime. But since it's a British landscape, how can you tell everything's gray anyways? In fact, that's hilarious because I was just about to say, shouldn't it be raining? It looks like it is raining. Not very intense graphics for the rain, but it is there. It is present. Okay, so let me head on over here. I don't think that guy can see me. I'm super bummed at how few fragments I've found right now. But that just goes to show you, the islands are fairly large. We're on the main one, and there's 4 ones. They're positioned to the north, south, east, and west, just like that. That's how that is all set up. And I guess since we have literally found absolutely nothing on this island in terms of additional fragments, there are currently 7 more of them, and you'll just find them just by stumbling upon them, like the main one that we found in the road. But since we haven't found anything yet, why don't we take the boat to the other island, and this way I can show you another biome, because I have set the additional islands to be of the mountain biome. So we're going to go ahead and save our progress and then take the boat to the west. Okay, so here we are on the western island of my procedurally generated archipelago. This is the mountain theme. And at the very least, I would like to find one more fragment. Let's see how many fragments are on this particular island. There are 4 fragments on the island. So let's move about and see what we can find. So just as a reminder, this is still an alpha build. I know we're going to see some graphical glitches and things of that nature. There's definitely more things I'd like to see come to the game, and there's more things I expect to see come to the game because... Oh no. Because again, we are just alpha, so I'm expecting more things to be added, and I know that there are going to be more enemy types. It'd also be nice if there were more things that you could find in the environment. And I don't mean more as in, make it easier to survive, because a scarcity of resource is definitely part of what this game is about. Okay, so we've got a robot down here, and if there's just one, I will totally take him on. It becomes more... What? How do you... Where... This guy saw me? Okay. I'm bleeding, but I want to take out that last robot before I... Oh gosh. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop the bleeding. There's an artifact right there. A fragment right there. Okay. We're going to stop the bleeding. We're going to eat some of the cooked meat to up our vitality. And here's a fragment. Wonderful. So we're going to pick up this mysterious fragment, and then once again, we just have to bring it back to the standing stones, and we'll be all set. Now, where are those corpses of those robots that I just slayed? Oh, they're down here. Okay. No, that stinks. Bag of mints. I'll have that for vitality. To see, I'm always looking for ammunition when it comes to these guys, and the broken shotgun, unfortunately. Well, it would be nice if it wasn't broken. I'm gonna pick up some more bandages over there. Okay. So we've got a fragment. Let's look for one more. There are different sized fragments. I'm just assuming here, but this is a small fragment. There's a big size fragment that takes up all of this space. I think it's a 4x4 space that it takes up. And I'm just assuming that those larger fragments progress you further, but I don't know, because it's just a number. Like, there's a total of 23 fragments, so I don't know why some of them are large, why some of them are small. It's annoying when you find a large one, though, because a lot of times my inventory is full enough that I need to just get rid of a few things, and they usually just consist of me downing some food or water just to clear up some inventory spaces. Okay, so let's continue over here, see if we can find any additional fragments. But I mean, I guess that's pretty much going to do it. I think you guys at this point have a pretty clear idea of what Sir You Are Being Hunted is all about. So, at the moment, oh no, please don't have seen me. At the moment, in the alpha, the enemy units consist of base-level hunters, dogs, sentry balloons, and also there's a mid-level robot guard, which is just one above the base level. There will be more enemy types added in the future. I'd like to assume as well that there will be more biomes added in the future. At the moment, there are just the 3, with mountain, fens, and rural. We took a look at rural as the main island, and then this secondary island here is a mountains biome. And the alpha is actually going to be available next week. If you'd like to pick it up, you can get it through the alpha, through the Humble store, or through Steam. That'll be available on August 19th. You can buy yourself basically an early access version of the game by buying into the alpha. That will, of course, give you access to the updates and eventual full release of the game once that does happen. But this is really, really neat. It's a very neat title. It's unique in the setting. It's unique in the enemy design with those silly robots. And the fact that it's got a procedurally generated world and it is a survival game, again, dubbed basically as a British version of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, an British indie Stalker. That's very, very cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this game progresses over time. And there's a really good chance that I'll probably continue to update you guys as we get updates to this game. Heck, there might even be another video before this week's over because this is a very cool little title. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Once again, for checking out Sir, You're Being Hunted, the alpha version of the game. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.